This is The Wire for 2300 Zulu, June 27th, 2025. President's is routine. Information cutoff is 2200. Bottom line up front. SCOTUS sides with Trump on lower courts issuing blanket rulings. Protests in Europe continue. Beginning with international events. In Europe, various demonstrations and protests continue as usual. In Poland, demonstrations were conducted today regarding the migrant crisis, with Poles expressing dissatisfaction with the deportation of migrants to their country. Yesterday, a small protest was reported in Ljubljana, Slovenia, following the NATO summit this week. This summit largely did not discuss much of any importance, with the exception of again urging member states to pledge 5% of their defense budget to NATO's collective defense. Analysts comment. Demonstrations in Eastern European nations often end up being a good barometer for gauging how the East-West dynamic is developing. This time, Slovenians protested against NATO and the United States for a variety of reasons, but mostly due to the recent activities in the Middle East. In the Middle East, tensions in Gaza have increased following a report from Israeli media claiming that IDF soldiers were ordered to target civilians seeking food aid. In the report, interviewed IDF soldiers explained the long-standing practices regarding the targeting of civilians, such as the practice of shooting civilians, quote, who appeared to pose no threat, end quote. Analysts comment. The Israeli military advocate general has also ordered an internal investigation into these targeting efforts, and several nations have issued statements of condemnation regarding this practice. These reports come after months of complaints from international aid groups being kinetically targeted throughout the region. On the home front in Washington, D.C., this morning the U.S. Supreme Court issued a few rulings of note. SCOTUS ruled in favor of President Trump concerning his lawsuit to prevent activist judges from exceeding their jurisdictions to issue rulings more broad than the initial scope of the initial lawsuit. In effect, this means that President Trump's executive order to ban birthright citizenship for illegals and for those on temporary visas is in effect. Similarly, this morning the White House announced that they will be terminating the temporary protected status, or TPS, of roughly 500,000 Haitian nationals, continuing the efforts from a few months ago to halt or slow immigration from Haiti under humanitarian programs. Analyst comments for this wire. The Supreme Court did not address the merits of Trump's birthright citizenship executive order itself. This judgment only reaffirmed the long-standing policy of preventing judges from issuing judgments outside their jurisdiction. However, the follow-on effects of this judgment will be interesting to follow, as this affects a few hot-button issues that is currently at the heart of American discourse, most notably immigration-related issues. This concludes The Wire for 2300 Zulu, June 27th, 2025.